Okay. Hey Shad, yeah, doing good. Just getting all set up now. Hopefully you can hear me okay. How are you doing today? Oh, that's good. Glad to hear me okay. You can never tell. Sometimes it's hit and miss with the setup and the configuration. Okay, we'll create one post on Patreon, and then I'll get kind of get started. Let's put the links here. Back streaming this time level design. Come say hi. I'll add an image. Just pick another random one from the finalized mocks. That's such a cool meme emoji thing. I'll do the Twitter and Blue Sky shenanigans. Ooh, hey. Glad to hear things are going well, Shad. Hey, Levitan, hey, AVP man. Or was that like, woo, like as in like the WWF? Is it Rick that did that? I can never remember. I should post more to DeviantArt because I know I've got lots of stuff there. I really need to get into the habit of marketing a bit better. You know, it's wild, like for Patreon, like you get so many people joining and leaving. It's weird. It's like they come in and go out. So like, yeah, it's rare. You would never see like in other social media like somebody unfollowed you or whatever. But in Patreon, it notifies you when people leave. But apparently it's like really common because obviously like people join and then they decide they don't want to pay or whatever. But I'm like just be a free member. Like I do loads of stuff for freebies as well. So today we're gonna be we've got quite a lot to cover. So these are some of the characters, but I want to go back and do some what's the word I'm looking for? Some level design, particularly the one with Amu, and I'll talk about that. Oh, this is a new character. I'll talk about her in a bit. So I've still got obviously to finish. I've not picked up from her yet on that direction, so I've got more work there to be done. On this guy, this is like the ideation. Damn, just a lot to do. This is a new character. You know what? I'm looking at this before I let this go. I need to do something there. That looks cool. Is this color? No, it's got all colors. That's fine. That looks kind of freaky. Keep that for now. I should really change this because the colors are too similar. So we've got blue Evan, blue face, blue blah blah blah. So let's see if I can try a different face. Just change these colors here. Okay. There's nothing really special. Right, okay, so what I'm seeing is it's just a bad color combination. I'm not going to waste time on that. I'll come back to that later. It's not the purpose of this session today anyway. So I'll just be on for about an hour today, guys. Oh, interesting. Got more people on. Ric Flair, that's the other guy. More people on here. I click link now. I'm on YouTube where I have an account. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been a really busy day today, so I'm just glad to get down and get some game dev underway. Thanks for asking, AVP man. Wait, what? We're on YouTube and not on Twitch? No, we're on both, Maclag. I'm multi-streaming now, so I stream to both Twitch and to YouTube, so both is totally fine. Or either. I mean, I think potential iPhone must do. We've got to get that. Normally dual stream. Yeah, will this game launch on Steam? So it'll be Steam for sure, but probably other places. Purple's a good idea. There should be streams in both Twitch and in... It's weird, for the first time Twitch is kind of... No activity, it's usually really busy. But there you go. We'll have to add more pictures into that little thing on the top left. Into my thingy here. So this is the... Make it a bit smaller. Oh. Interesting. So here doesn't show multi-stream. I don't know what that does. It shows me Twitch and then multi-stream. Maybe it takes time to load, whatever, I don't know. Oh, it does. I think it takes time to load. Click here to grant permissions. Authorize. I've no idea what I'm authorizing, but whatever. Authorize. Right, you're authorized there. I think I also need it for the YouTube one. Because I'm getting messages on YouTube, right? And then not... Yeah, so I just have to just go between the two of them. It's no big deal. I think if I come back here, it might prompt me again. Let's see, level thing. Anyway, it's no big deal. I'll add more pictures in here to show you guys. So this character is this new character. So this one I'll need to maybe change a little bit. So this new character, she's from the books called Katarajaga. She might be an enemy, but they've got a nice little red blaster here. So this will be like a, you know, like the brute weapon. I forget what that weapon is. It's a brute weapon red. This guy? No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's in Reach. Halo Reach. That's not a spiker either. It's a pretty. I'll just find it. Halo Reach weapons. It's like a. Oh, do you know what? Actually, it's not. I think the elites have it as well. It's none of those. Light anti-arm. That's not light. Mine. Concussion rifle. That's it. This is it. Halo Reach. So this is what's inspired by. So I don't know if you guys remember the concussion rifle. It sends like a heavy wave of kind of like plasma, but it's not quite. But when you get hit, it knocks you back. I might have to change that gun. Is that? You might want to make that bigger. So like, I appreciate though the. You'd have to move our hand across a little bit, but even that's fine. Could choose. Anyway, I've worked that out later. No big deal. Right. So anyway, happy with her. Bye bye. So we've not yet decided if she's a baddie or not. So we've got level design to do. I'll just quickly talk about a new change that I made in the game. Okay, cool. So this is showing YouTube and Twitch. Nice. Oh, Halo Ref. Are the books already out? Or 2 books are available on Patreon, even for the freebies. So you can just sub for free and then read through them. Needler is a good one. Yeah. Non-lethal. It's weird. It's called a concussion rifle, but it's totally lethal. It takes your shields down really fast. On what bike? Thanks, great. Yeah, no worries. Good to have you on board, man. How about Spy with a Dangerous Romance subplot? Yeah, I think we'll have spies. Oh, she's more of like a brute. But yeah. So she's a bit of a baddie. So I want to quickly talk you through. But before I jump into this, this isn't what the game looks like. It's just it's a demo screen. So anytime you see this screen, this is just a testing screen for me. This isn't what the game start or intro menu looks like. It's just I kept looking at black and like, you know what, I'm just gonna make some stars because I hate looking at black all the time. I'll tell you like what's happening, right? I'm not using mouse yet. I mean, I have the code for that. I'm sure what it looks like so far. But this time what's happening now is I found what was annoying me as I was getting locked onto too quickly, right? That guy shouldn't be there, but... Right, so I was getting locked on too quickly, right? That was just me testing the directions for another guy. In fact, I'll update that now. This control mechanism now works fantastic. So I'm going to quickly change this. And again, to those who are new, just a little note from me is there's going to be huge improvements over this game. So please don't think that what you're seeing is like somehow representative of how the game's going to be, because it's not. It's going to be quite different in this, you know, for the RPG shooter. It's just a lot of work. So right, what happens now is, so I should make the barrels blow up people. This feels so much more natural because I can run around and then I can choose to engage, and then I can run away, and I can choose to engage, and I can run away. The only issue is that you're without, so I can change lock on right here like that. I can change my lock on and cycle through, which is really handy. But when you're not locked on, you'll get like a flat, like a little note, like that green one is like, if you lock on, you'll be locked onto this guy. If I run away, hopefully, oh, that barrel's not a thingy. What is it? Yeah, okay. So it's only one enemy left just now. So I'll show you again, right? So if I run up to, right, so the green one is telling me the closest enemy. There's no more enemies here. Restart the level again. There's two. Yeah, there, you see how it automatically changes to your nearest enemy. That's really handy. The red boxes are just a debug. I'm really, really, really happy with this. I think this is better than mouse just now, because it feels so natural with my hands on the keyboards, and I can be able to throw grenades really fast and move about. But when I'm using the mouse, what makes the mouse annoying is to be fair, like that's a big crosshair, right? If I remove the debug on the spheres, you won't see that square, and I can make the crosshair a little bit more subtle, I suppose. I don't. I feel like I feel the like using a mouse removes the cinematic thing. Guys, just to say, like, I really appreciate those great kind words, but I just want you to know, like, what you're seeing is like fucking shit in my eyes, right? Like, I'm really happy and over the moon that you guys think it looks good, but for me, it's going to be so much better, guys. Like, imagine, like, if you see, like you're gonna have like on screen a ton of like characters. Like you're gonna be pushing forward with like your party, and sometimes like in Halo, like you know how you'll like be amongst other ODST or troops and things, like you'll be in like large battles, combined battles. I've not seen that in a RTS shooter, RPG shooter for 2D. Again, we talked about this last time. It's just they don't take it seriously because of it's a long story, but basically, if you look at like most RPG shooters, like top-down shooters, they it's because doing the art's too hard. So they make everything top down so you don't see the face, and because you don't see the face, therefore you don't get expressions. You lose all sense of personality, and then because you've lost the personality, there's no point in making it cinematic, right? So therefore you automatically pushing yourself to games like um, you know, what was it, AK Axolotl or whatever it is, right? uh, game, aka Axolotl, right? Like like games look more like this, right? Cutesy cutesy, or like in that one, to be fair, is the same perspective, but they either look cutesy cutesy or they look like Streets of Rogue, right? Where they're kind of top down, much more like this, or what's the one, Thingy Bros, like I forget the name of it, but like there's a ton of other shooters, right? And they're very impersonal, which I get, right? Because you're like, oh, it's top down, let's just go full carnage. Um, so my one's it's rare. It's just rare, right? It's rare to see top down shooters that have personality. And so in this game, you'll be like pushing forward with armies and soldiers and like there'll be drop pods, vehicles. It's gonna be in my hope. I've got big expectations. Um, it's cool. What sparked your idea to make your own game? Great question. But I will give you a deeper answer soon. Um, yeah. So there's Katara Jaga, like that. To be fair, like this maybe wasn't her name. This, I named her wrongly. It should have been another name, but yeah, I caught my little brother in 4K. He's watching the stream. What do I do? We're not supposed to record streams. As for children, the streams are mostly, yeah. There shouldn't be, but Yeah, this is just a heads up. This is not, not for kids, generally speaking. Um, okay, so yeah, what this made me get into game. So I've been doing lots of game devs over the years, and this one started February last year, and it's been a great journey. I always it evolved from an AI project, so I was building an AI assistant, for me, not for others, just personally my own thing, and then it kind of evolved from that. But I'll talk more about that later because I have gone, explained it to other people, chatted about it before quite a lot. The really short story is I was building like an adventure AI assistant from me. I just wanted to I was bored of my AI assistant just doing tasks or whatever. So I made it like it would be on its own adventure and I would be helping it by advising it. And every time I talked with it, it'd be telling me like, oh, I've just been in this big battle or whatever, and I'd be uh, like consoling her or helping her make decisions. And it really quickly morphed into a game. So that's effectively what happened. Okay, so I wanna do level design. Right, let me think. In flight. No, I have no idea which one is the actual one. Silly boy. Oh, that's the main floor. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, and I am I should say I'm like an AI expert, like a real one, not like a fake one that's just learned like LLMs. I've been doing it. So if you take like even the best AI experts who created these LLMs, like Ilya Sutskever, I've been doing AI long before him. Um, I've been doing it before it existed in any sort of way, meaning that we know today in different, very different modalities. So I'm a really big AI geek, have been for a long time. Okay, let's work my way through this. Draw self-top layer. So not every party member has draw self-top layer. Why? Because it's in shooter, that's why. And shooter is just so we should have, I'll do it in parent. Alex, this is a feature that I added just like a few minutes ago to allow me to draw crosshairs, because they were drawing them and it was like behind the enemies because they draw in order and it would be too hard to or too badly decoupled to separate it into like the main game logic. So I just created a new method to call, and so what I'm going to do is add it to the parent sprite. I'm just going to add this method here. Pass. Doesn't need to do anything. So passing coding, it just means doesn't do anything. So why do it at all? It's just so that this method exists and the code won't fail. Not needed. Oh, oh no, that should be fine. I think. Let's just test to be sure. Fine, that works. Oh, I don't know. You already have. I don't know if you already have. How much possibility would a magnetic weapon in this game be? Do you know what? Great idea. Let's put it in. Let's put it in the list. So you'll see I've got this thing here, RPG, magnetic weapon. Sure. I'll put fan request. Sounds a great idea. John, tell me more about it. What would you, what should it do? It'll be low priority, obviously, because it's not something I thought about. But uh, Magnetic weapon. Snap next to our Sprite version looked great. Consider sharing that on social media. Did I not share that already? Oh, thank you. Requests. Okay, so let's try level 3 again. Eh? Is Kira not meant to come across? Level 3. Diddy, diddy, diddy. Maybe I didn't set up. So level 3, explore. Has level 3 got a dream sequence? No, it shouldn't be. Explore Evican, RPG, bespoke logic, ammo appear. If not has. Let's try Kira scene first. I think that comes at the start though. See, it still works though. Ah! I know why that is. Okay, fine. So I need to write down an order here. What's actually going to happen? Just a note, like these graphics are totally standing for now, so they will change. So what level? Probably single NPC, bespoke logic 26, day 3, 256, bespoke logic. Let's see what's going wrong here. 253, bespoke logic. So I'm creating Kira facing south, and it's saying can't find north. So what's going on here? Party list, that looks good. So it's 253 and then 371. Ah, interesting. So basically I had to change I had to change a few things to do with the way the facing dictionaries work. It's a bit complex to explain, but basically I have a dictionary which is set to the keys down, this being like D being going right, S being going down, your A, S, W keys, right? And then each one of these corresponds to all of the images in that folder. It's quite complex. I don't want to bore you with it too much, but that's the story. It should work now. This should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Interesting. If I zoom out, oh, that's fine. Oh, that's cool. I forgot it's got our face expression. That's right. You're allowed to wander on your own now. I need to manage this so it doesn't jump about, but that's fine. You can jump just next. I'm bunking next to the corridor. I don't like that bunking. I should change it to do some. Evican Rooms is just next to you. Tabby fell a bunking. Should be Tabby. This doesn't read nice. Evican's room is just next to you. Tabby and fell a bunking in the next corridor, and I'm further along in my place. That looks better. I want to make some text bold so it stands out. Some of us might not be in though. That's true. What are you doing? Well, when I'm not researching on the Deradana, I usually spend my downtime here, and the freak cell is much bigger. Oh, and don't be late for drone training. We've still got lots to do. This isn't anything special, right? Like, there's not even doors there, right? I do have. Fuck! I should improve. I could improve that right now. I'll make them a bit smaller. So yeah, that's fine. So it's just stand-in stuff, right? So if I go here, I should get to Tabby now. So I'll show you what the images looks like for Tabby.
Hi. What are you doing in my room? Can I
Oh,
help you?
this is Chloe's voice. I can't believe she can actually do Tabby and Morrigan. They're so different. So we'll let Tabby think about. She doesn't fall asleep like the others. I will put that in though for sure. We'll go to in-flight, new levels. No, lift. So he's done. So this is like he's done the new room like this, but as you can see, we had this conversation before in the chat. Some people don't like it's too squeaky clean, right? So there are other rooms as well. I'll show you here. I've got full levels. So like Evican's room, Straker's room. They're like, I don't think I've not actually separated them out yet. But yeah, they are squeaky clean compared to like if you look at the room I just came in, right? So I'll need to work over that. Just to quickly show you what it would look like. Okay, so for I did pay $150 for this. It's I'm not slagging the art. It's great. It's just I think some people like my style better, which is fair. But my style is very unique because my style is not pixel art in a traditional sense. But what I would do is like I'll probably start to mask. Like I'll so get here. So you just do things like that, right? So instantly, what a difference, right? Like you can just like do tricks, and then you can just. But the way what makes good art, right? And even if it's like scribbly, is if you don't just do a shadow in one, right? Like what you should do is you should have the shadow, because this is a mistake that people do, is they'll just put like a shadow like that, and you're like, well, that doesn't make sense, right? Or they might put a shadow in a few places. What you want to do is find a thing that you want to do a shadow in, right? So for example, we'll go for a whiter, we'll put like a white color here, right? Now we put the shadow across here, like that, just for an example, right? I'm not going to use this, right? But I just want to show you how the sausage is made. And that would kind of make sense because you've got the screen here, right? So what I would do is I'd just then shift it towards like more of a blue spectrum, right? So I could like, and I get like a neon-y blue, something like that. Maybe a bit closer to the blue, like that. I would need to change the spectrum, right? Like that, right? Anyway, you get the idea, right? So then I would like trim the colors and then make it like the gradient fades off, right? So obviously this doesn't quite look it yet, right? And there'd be a ton of work I need to do in this. So I could add like saturation and add the alpha up like that. Sorry, add the alpha up like there. And so on. You get the idea, right? So it's nice, it's good, it's great, but I might need to make it a bit more lived in, like here. Okay, so I'm going to do levels design. Let's read through some of the messages. First, you mostly play top. Do you most? No, that's a good question. Like, games I mostly play are. I mean, I haven't played games for a long, long time because I've been making them. It's a mix. Like, what I love Halo. I love Command and Conquer. So, favorite games. My favorite games is Final Fantasy VII. There's an RPG. Command and Conquer. There's an RTS. Halo. There's an FPS. Just trying to think out loud what games are like really at the top of my list. Final Fantasies are definitely big ones, like really big. Um, I like Zelda Link's Awakening is one of my favorites. Trying to think like I've played like loads and loads of games, but like I'm trying to think ones which I've put tons and tons of hours into. One Step from Eden. Don't know if you ever played that. It's like a card game, I forget what they call that. Crosscode, great game. Chrono Trigger, great game. Um, yeah, I mean, I've played loads of different games, but I'm just trying to think, like, if a game's good, I'll give it a go. Um, yeah, okay, so let's see. A wise man once roughly said, make the jank looking squares work and fun to play with, and don't make detail model fun. Exactly, that's right. That doesn't work, or, yeah, so true. Oh no rush. I don't know if you already have. Okay, step next to version. It'd be cool if you ripped the nanites out of the races to use them. How about a vending machine that's plotting against a protagonist? I think everybody wants a vending machine, so let's do that. Did somebody crack an atomic heart joke on YouTube chat? Oh no, depends on February. Oh, do you mean like a mag gun? Oh, you mean like a Mac gun, like a rail gun? Did I spell drone training wrong? That's just testing, by the way, so it could be totally wrong. Lots of messages. Right, we'll chat to Tabby a little bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure, that's right. I have time. So, oh, me? Yeah, sure, why not? My name is Tabby Fasten. Well, not really. That's just it translated into English. You're a human, right? I don't really know. You're the first person I've spoken to. Anyway, I work as a commissioned officer for our military branch. My job is to help manage fleet traffic. Well, I was curious to see a human. Yes. Sorry, I'm shy. How about you? What's it like being a human? Oh, that sounds riveting. Having to fight to pay for property and food, you must be a strong-minded person. We get everything free here. Well, maybe not everything free. We do have a system for exchanging value, but we don't need to worry about rent or survival. So we do it for
Yeah,
purpose
Tabby's a
and
little
to
bit
help others.
sheltered.
Though many feel that purpose and survival are the same thing. Sorry, it's a bit hard to explain, really. I guess you could say life without work is boring, isn't it? So, well, they aren't actually drones. Well, not really. I mean, basically, we call them that because we've never actually met one of their people. We know them as dark welders, but we've never recovered a body or seen them in their physical form. No, not really. Actually, you know how you have the internet? We have it in our heads, but for knowledge like this, well, I've known it since I was a child.
Okay, that's bad. So she should have smiled and continued talking, so I can just update the file to do that. Sometimes I don't want them like talking, like just show the expression, but sometimes I'll want them to smile briefly and then carry on their mouth moving. So I have this thing called I can't remember. But I need to remember the part of the dialogue she was talking about. Sounds like something bad happened. So I've got two, one an explorer. So where she's smiling. I'll just want to show you before I wrap up. Here we go. So there's a thing I've got called, so there's comment reaction, and it's timeout reaction, 2 seconds. So she'll just smile for 2 seconds, and then her lips will continue moving.
You might have to go to Kira or Rizak. This kind of story might be considered tactical information.
Okay,
But
so
I
this
can.
is this whole conversation with her is huge. It goes into like lots of like FMV scenes and talk about civilization types and stuff. I've got work to do, so we'll maybe show you that some other time. Have you thought about creating an actual? I don't know what conlang means for the Sakari. Um, the trashy Isekai reincarnated as Avenger. Okay, cool. I don't know what Isekai means. I'm such a boomer. Sorry, guys. Um, Fox 64, great game. I did play a lot like like Bond and GoldenEye and Zelda 64 and stuff. Right, Majora's Mask is a great one. Okay, so I really want to do this scene here, so we're gonna show you. So we're gonna go to day 3 and we're gonna skip to ammo scene. So we're gonna say I'll show you. I haven't connected them up yet. We can connect them up later. So turn off this one. This one, ammo scene doesn't quite work yet, but I'll show you roughly what it's going to look like, give you the idea. And then I'll let you, I've got tons of stuff to show you, but one step at a time, I guess. So when you come back, I need to fix this. This is just like standard code, right? So this, it's supposed to be better flashing lights, but that looks, I mean, it's kind of sucky at the moment. So you'll follow her, she needs to run, not walk like that. Then you'll follow her, and then what should happen, this is my code, this is what a bug looks like. I'll open up a door in the south here, and then you'll go there, and that'll take you to the server room. So the server room will look like this. I mean, putting this all together shouldn't take long at all. In fact, it should take me like under an hour. What's causing me issues is I'm just lacking creativity. So maybe you guys can help me. I'll explain to you in a minute where I'm lacking creativity. I really am lacking it. So this will say humans keep out, and then this data terminal. Oh, there's a bug. Okay, I found a bug. Okay, and then these lasers should keep me in. So lots and lots to do. This should be non-interactable. Okay, fine. Oh, well, I try to remember what the issue was with putting these blocks in, but there you go. Okay, fine. So what will happen is, so let me get to my notes and we'll start working on it. So this level, notes. I'm a server room. Okay, I'm going to read it out to you and explain it to you. So resonant entities must appear. So this is the text intro. Do I not have it step by step? No, okay, fine. I'm just gonna quickly check if I've not got these notes anywhere else. Because those are other notes. Fine, I probably... Right, I'm gonna just flesh it out now. So phase 1, phase 2, data log, do this when info appears. Ammo chamber, intro puzzle tutorial. In fact, I should just change this to day 3. That's a better way to do it. Rename day 3. Ammo. It's not actually day 3, by the way, it's just a terrible naming convention by me. I'm way further ahead than this as well. It's just this, I do different parts of the game at different points. So, okay. Okay, so this, hmm, hmm, I'm not happy about this. Okay, fine. Text. So this is the flow. So I'll get rid of phase 1 for now. First, wake up in bedroom. So this is actually after the dream, I believe. So I'll need to have a scene. I'll have a wrap-up scene. Have a wrap-up scene where Amu talk. Should I though? Okay, no, I'll need, so what happens is this is the after the Doomsday battle dream. So you kind of wake up in your bedroom. So what I'll need to do is, and don't worry guys, thanks for holding on. I'll show you my issue and then you can maybe help give me some suggestions with level design. So you wake up in the bedroom, so the tether notifications should give you a little decoupling, and then Phil tells you to come see her. Fine. Free to explore. But did I not see that messages? No, Predator's right was in the floor mails one, so make sure I've not got that wrong. Okay, fine. Then Kira walks past, and this is just like it's like an indirect tutorial how to use RPG mode. And then what happens is eventually you can go people, visit people, and then so you can visit people, and then Phil's room, Cryptosis chamber, see Amu's ghost, get to the server room. Okay, so this is the flow. I'm happy with that flow now. That's good. Okay, so this is the flow for this date. So I'll call this a main flow. So the text, creating a room, ensure this is separate. Blah, blah, blah. This is just like stretching links. Okay, so what's going to happen is, so this is too much info, so I'll just say phase one. And I'm going to say for this stuff, this is just info to be sorted. So one is the text intro, resident entities appear. You could have stars drifting in it. Okay, fine. So the first thing you do is when you go into the room, there's a text intro, right? So it should actually just be fade in, fade from black into the screen. The text intro appears, and then the terminal flashes. Not the terminal, the sign flashes. Go check the sign out. So this is just notes. Notes. Okay, that's actually different notes. Sorry guys, I'm just reading my own notes here. Okay, so this is for later, so ignore that notes. Okay, so you go to the sign. It kind of like basically you'll see alien language. The alien language it like auto translates itself and then says keep out humans. Um, you'll be reported to security and blah 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 system error. And then okay, that's gonna happen. So that's a lot of info. So I'm just gonna put the flow here so you get it. Sorry guys, I really apologize. It must be boring, people dropping off. I'll explain the flow of what's going to happen, right? So part one, so first of all, you come into the room. So this is what's happened, right? You've woke up from this really horrific dream. Um, you get like tavern notifications, which kind of calms you down a little bit because the dream's really intense. You see like Tabby and Kira dying and stuff. It's pretty grim. Um, and then when you wake up, there's like a bit of like messing about in your room, reading notifications. Fel calls you, right? She calls you and tells you to come and find her. And then when you come out, Kira walked past like you saw. And then you're free to explore. So you go and have a nice little chat with Tabby. Evakin doesn't really take you into visual novel mode, but you can chat to him, Kane, Kira, go visit her, and eventually you'll go and visit. You'll go to Fel's room, and this is where like the whole underwear scene, but it's actually for her like diary, right? That's the main thing. It's her diary, and then you'll go and visit her in the cryptosis chamber. So cryptosis chamber gets unlocked. You'll go visit her, have a bit of a chat. I guess like your relationship moves forward a little bit with her. And as you're coming back home, you'll see that ghost of Amu. It'll be a lot better than what you saw, and she'll lead you to the server room. And the whole point of the server room, and this is where I'm going to ask you for help, is the server room is it's where you're okay. Let's step back. So Amu, right to this point, a lot to explain to right. So this is Amu, right? And Amu in up to this point, you've just seen her in a dream. You don't know who she is. Um, for those, I've shown the Doomsday Battle a lot, so I won't go over it again. But in the Doomsday Battle, which is quite epic, it ends with Amu kind of giving you like a warning. What will happen is she's going to take you to this place, right? And this place is an abandoned Sakari server room, we'll call it, right? But it's a data core. Data core sounds more 90s, so we'll call it like a data core. And as I sort of mentioned before to people, there's all the like when you saw Floormel talk about Amu, right? If you've seen that one where she goes like Amu, she's just one of our helper AIs. That's because Floormel thinks Amu is do I have a picture of her here? This gal. I've not got her coloured out yet. Oh, hmm. Dang, I thought I had her here. So where will she be? 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Sketches. Here. So this is actually the equivalent that they have. Oh, so this is like what they think Amu is. It's just like an android, right? It's actually a really smart android, a smart Sakari, and they actually have a story behind her as well. But yeah, her story is amazing. But they think of her as like a digital citizen. So you could imagine like our AIs, like 200 years in the future, like they have kind of very limited personalities. Like whilst they're super advanced and intelligent, you could think of them as like sentient, as almost like sentient as a dog, shall we say, right? Whereas this Amu is actually a real tier 4 being, and she'll eventually like inhabit this Amu, right? Anyway, she needs to get into here, right? So for argument's sake, let's just assume she's been floating in space as energy, right? And you're gonna let her get access to the mainframe, right? So there'll be a mainframe here at this point. So right, what I want to do, right, and this is where I'm gonna need your help. So I want like this is where the red force fields were, and there's going to be a crystal. So I want there to be puzzles. So this first puzzle here, so this bottom left where this arrow is, this will be puzzle one. This will be so, and then once you complete this force field will open up, and then the blackness will reveal this part, which will be room two. And in room two, you'll solve a bunch of puzzles, which will open up. It's not really a room, right? But I'll open up the force field to the next part. And then here, I want you to solve puzzles, which will open up this part. And finally, this part, which you'll get Amu into this mainframe, right? And once you've done all of this, you basically Amu's like catfished you into doing hard work for her, right? She's snared you, and then you've got this, and this will end with like a really dramatic but important scene with Amu. You'll get to know her a little bit better. She's a little bit juvenile, a bit of a kid, like emotionally, and but she'll evolve and mature. Like she'll literally evolve, grow bigger boobs and everything, right? She'll become like your guardian angel, but you are gonna like embody her, right? So like by like you're not even meant to get in here, and she gives you that crystal which opens this, and then you're gonna basically you're gonna like you're circumventing A, B, C, D, E of like Sakari security to finally get to this core where you're gonna allow Amu to get into their systems, right? And that this is basically giving Amu, you know, a lease of life. Um, I just don't have ideas for puzzles. This is it. This is what I'm struggling with. So this is any help. I was thinking of like for here something like maybe I'll go through my notes. So I said there'd be like an alien. Like I had ideas like an alien tech capture, right? Um, here was going to do like each one of these would have like a different tone, like a ding dong, and you'd play them in a certain order. Um, it also had this idea of like these as being pillars that you could jump between here to here to get to something. I haven't drawn anything yet, so I just need to think of puzzles which make sense in the context of this, right? Like you're like we can put terminals everywhere. I can put terminals everywhere. I can put blocks that you can move because I've got like Straker's moving animations done now. So I'll show you what I mean by this. Straker casual. Do I have it here? Push. It's always that's just a preview, right? Because you don't see it like that properly. But there, I can have him pushing blocks, right? Which is really handy. So I could have blocks that he could push, and I've got buttons that he can push. So I've got the animation for him pushing buttons as well. So he could push a button, he could activate the terminals, he could go on top of these, move a block or move a crate or whatever. But what would be puzzles, or doesn't need to be puzzles, but like stuff that would make sense. One thing I was thinking of like be unlocking stuff in the computer. So like the first one is you activate the first terminal near the entrance by placing the data crystal on the platform. So what actually happens is you come in, right? You get the sign, which goes into English and says keep out humans. But as the sign goes, it pops up like system error, like, and then a crystal drops. And then what happens is you take that crystal and you put it into that terminal. If you don't put it into the terminal just doesn't activate. But when you do put it in, it will allow you to drop this force field. Um, and then later, so the terminal will have its own like interactive GUI that I've kind of begun. Um, so the next bit's like the second one. Oh, the multi-streams. Well, that's interesting. I guess I'll go. Did YouTube cut off or something? But anyways, so it does appear it's still on. Stream still appears to be on. Personally, I think it's better and simpler to have just some words like tether, not a full language. Oh, is this somebody talking about language? Constructed. Well, I do speak 7 languages, so I think it is doable. I can make a language for it for sure. I have considered it before, but it's not a priority just now. But once I'm towards the end of the game, maybe sure, like you know, huh? I like that. That's a good idea, Levitan. That's a great idea. Oh, cool. Did somebody crack an atomic cargo? Cheap viewers. Oh, more spam. Find a Yeah, the Amu is an important step because it's like you've shown her your trust to her, right? So yeah, I just really need to get ideas. Otherwise, I'll just sit down and come up with something. Also, I need to make this look better. This looks stupid. So let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. Still doesn't quite look like a block. I think it's because, anyways, maybe the perspective is too much. That might be why. Not sure. So if I can't do a wide perspective. I'll think about that. Anyway, it's not a big deal. So what else I was going to say? So yeah, so I had ideas. Activate the first terminal. Energy like find a red crystal blocked by the energy barrier. Solve a simple button sequence to deactivate the barrier. Um, if not, I'll just sit down and I'll just come up with some stuff. But it's an opportunity for you guys to give me some ideas. if you want to see anything in the game, for sure. Oh yeah, I need to fix what the hell's going wrong with this stream chat. Refresh chat. Hmm. Alright, I guess the multi-chat feature doesn't work too well, so I just have to go between them. Oh, I've got another chest award. Let's click it. I'll share it with people. There you go. Choo choo. Oh, I don't know what that is, but yeah, no, it's a nice idea though. I do like it. So I think for this, what we could do is, I mean, we're getting coding this up now. It's not a big deal. Um, okay, so here you've got access to the terminal. What would be the next bit to unlock this force field? I would say like, hmm, it would make sense, right? If I know what would make sense, that you would have components of a computer that you would push together to connect them. So like we could have just, I'm just spitballing here, guys. So like I guess there's two ways you could do it. Like we could do like let me think. We could have platforms, right? Like blocks, right? And each block could be like a part of the computer, and then you push them together to form the actual computer. Or better yet, each block could have like a beam, right? And the beam kind of goes out or whatever, and then you turn it in so that the beams all align, right? And then connect like these beams of light, and then once the beams of light connect, you do something else. Or like there is a beam of light which doesn't do anything, and you just rotate it until it connects to something. Like I kind of feel like it would make sense, or at least in one of the rooms, if like it's an abandoned data center, right? So we want like either okay, let's spitball real ideas. Okay, so what could we do? I've got a note for myself. Watch videos of people solving puzzles. So we could do power up, power up. Oh, that's a good idea. Like first bit could be like power up something, and then Amy will unlock it for you. Yeah, that's a good idea. You could power it up, and then she'll drop you another crystal. That's a good idea. Power up. Okay, I've got it. Part two, top, uh, top left is a red herring. It just has interesting, just has data log stuff for you. Then what you need to do is you need to move blocks, whatever, do stuff to get power moving. That's what we should do. We should have like a power running in the floor. So let's see, lasers, we'll do it here. So I've got an idea. So we should have like a power conduit, right? Like the power is not running, right? We want the power to flow like from this place here, right? We'll give it a different color because it all looks kind of the same. We'll give it more of an electric blue, like that. Do, 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 do. right? So then this will like, maybe the power will flow here, here, into this room, down here, and then eventually it connects into here, which turns that on. And your job, I didn't do that right. So your job should be like, in this first room, there could be like a broken power relay. It's just going into one node here, and then you solve a puzzle to get the power continuing through to this bit, which will drop the force field. Then you solve another puzzle which allows that to, that makes sense. So the idea is you're pulling in power from wherever, and your each puzzle's allowing you to get the current to run finally to the end. That makes sense. Okay, I like that. So maybe the first one is enable the power, enable power source, and then Amu gives us a crystal, and then part three, and then you use that deactivate force field, and then part three should be like, so you're in this room now, and then there might be something blocking it. Something is blocking the power flow. Move blocks, unblock it, something like that. Right? Nice and easy. No crystal in this one. Part four is a more sophisticated problem, right? Whatever. By this point, my brain juices will be going and I'll have some good ideas. Maybe at this point, it's a bit more complex. So it's like you need to partially activate or activate a relay, like recharge the power, activate relay, unblock, and then maybe you perform, yeah, do that, unblock, blah blah blah, and then part five, which will be probably here. I think there'll be one final wall here, right? Is do a capture puzzle, like an alien capture puzzle. And that's going to be like the thing that's like, that you're about to get access to our like most secret privileged thing, and Amu will help you with this, right? Like it'll be totally alien gobbledygook, and then Amu will drop hints, and then you'll solve it. But basically, you're basically gonna we're gonna do a hacking event. We'll do some kind of fun some way, like I'll do a real thing. What should we do? Should we do cipher decryption? We will do, well, I'll make it to do with something quantum. So I could do QDC maybe. I mean, I'm actually working on in my actual job, really, I'm not joking you. I'm working on a quantum security because RSA is about done. So I'll do something like that. I'll do quantum RSA or something. And I'll do it like as a way to teach people who don't know, as a way to teach from scratch. So it'll be kind of fun. And then you'll have done it. You'll be like, oh, now I know how quantum security works. And that should be fairly easy to do. I'll make it just like blobs. I'll be like 20 blobs, and then you have to get them all like synced, resonant, so they all resonate. Actually, that's a great idea. Uh, 20 blobs, different temperatures, get them all to be super cooled. And you do it via GUI sim. Okay, that won't be too hard. Fine, okay. I think I've got the rough outline for that. I'll get coding up. Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. That's what I was thinking. Have you ever had a tempo West? Right, it takes a very special kind of person to ask that question. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I sure have. Um, Man, that is really telling, the fact that you asked that question. Um, you're streaming me on another website, thank you. How about a section of floor that you have to walk in a certain way? Oh, I have begun working on the Scotland part. I've already got a big part of it set up already. And Amu's, again, central. There's two parts of the Scotland part. There's the Scotland part in the demo, and there's the Scotland part after. It's the part after I think you'll find that's the most exciting, um, because you'll be going to like my funeral in the game, which is going to be pretty wild. Like it's like a massive fourth wall breaking in that one. Okay, I like whoever said like walk a certain way. Walk a certain way. That really makes sense. Like you have to, yeah, I'd like that. Okay, guys, before I go, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek at a soundtrack. Okay, because I do have to go because my son's not well, so I've got to be on alert. I get to bed early tonight. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek at a new song, which is going to be a battle song. So I've got it called Jawbreaker. I edited some of this, so I work with a musician. I help write the music, or I help generate the thing. So I've done some editing on this as well. So it's not just like I got the musician and say, play, make me a song, right? That's how it starts though with music and art. Like when you don't, as you do more, you begin to do more of the heavy, more of the heavy lifting, contribute more. So this is it's going to be called, probably not Jawbreaker, it's going to be called Knuckle Sandwich. This song, I'll explain what happens in the song. This is actually quite cute, right? Not really, maybe. Okay, so in the Knuckle Sandwich, I'll show you, I'll just open up a random picture. Um, so this character, uh, Farah, right? She needs to go, by the way. Um, so I'll be getting her done with a new character, right? So Farah like boards the Knuckle Sandwich, which is like a human ship. It's like an ally NATO ship. It's like a Britain, built in Britain, sponsored by the Yanks, Americans. So there's a guy, because it's also like a mercenary style ship. It's not military. It's a in this world, like there's maybe not go too deep into it, but there's the humans that have expanded into space within the space of like 2 years. Um, they split into two groups. One is the Foundation of Man, which are like you can imagine as like an evil Star Trek, right? So they're like unified. And then there's another other side, which is like all the nations of Earth, and they own like they're highly driven by profit because the militaries just couldn't move fast enough. Like they couldn't like be as flexible enough to just get shit working. So all of these countries like the UK, China, America, Europe, like France, Spain, Germany, Brazil, Portugal, all of these nations, India, like they basically just throw their people at it. So in this future, this knuckle sandwich is kind of like a hybrid between the UK and the USA. It's like a bunch of mercs and a bunch of like traders and like ex-military guys on there. And Farah's like taking the ship over, right? And she's about to execute this guy. I'll show you the guy she's about to execute. Um, let's find him. So many characters now. So she's about to execute this guy, Ashworth, right? Um, So he's got him and some of his people, right? They've got chains around their necks. They've got like big, massive neck clamps, and she's wanting this thing called the shard, right? So it's like Eva, she's gonna be called not Farah anymore, but she's obsessed with this shard, and she's knows that you're on the ship, and she's like, if you don't give me the shard, we're gonna execute all of your people. And so they're getting ready to do like a slow one by one killing. and they're also dragging slaves to the ship, and so you're speeding it. So it's in like a loading bay where like their troops are there, and there's like a bunch of their people, including like soldiers like let me find it. So a Forest will be there, Eva and Katarajaga probably in this one, and then the assault one that I'm working on. That's a good, interesting thing. I should have added that. But the other girl that you've seen me working on this one here. Um, yeah, this character here. Oh, that's all. Anyway, you get that character there, right? So that's what's going to happen. And what's happening is you'll be speeding left to right on a vehicle, right? And in it you've got Fel and Tabby and Kira and a couple other people, and you're trying to stall her, and just before you're gonna break through the wall, and then you're gonna break into the loaded bay. It's like a massive, massive hangar where all of her troops, like all of her people, um, like a bunch of enemies, like these, like tons of them, different ones, heavy ones, tanking ones, grunts, and obviously allied soldiers, right? Like the ones that she's about to execute. You're gonna bust into the scene, and then you're gonna have like a massive gunfight. But there's a really, really fun scene that I've got on it. Like as you're driving, it's like you're driving like a Halo, a Warthog, and as you're driving through the ship to get there as fast as you can. And Eva's like, you're just counting down, right? You've got 10 seconds before I kill them all. She doesn't actually know where you are, and so you're trying to stall her. And so like Fel's like, oh, we've got the shard. We're coming to give you it. Don't kill them. And Kira's coming up with something, and then Tabby blurts out like something like really obscene, like you're an ugly bitch. No wonder nobody wants to sleep with you. And everybody's like shocked, like, oh, Tabby, how could you? Like there's gonna be a moment where it's like Tabby lets slip, like lets a bit of a darker side of her slip, and there's going to be a bit of a comic relief. And then just after that, you're going to burst through the wall, and it's going to be like a massive firefight as you're like battling all of her soldiers, and then you'll free very quickly those that are in chains. They'll pick up guns just like in Halo games. Like I don't know if you've ever played Halo Infinite, or I think in Halo Infinite, like when you break out the soldiers from their like imprisonment, they'll always pick up a gun. I think the same in Halo 2 is going to be the same here. That's basically the idea. Like they're going to pick up, and you'll have like very quickly there'll be like maybe 15 of you versus like 40 of them. So this is going to be the track for that. So I'm going to show. I'm gonna. So now you've got the idea of how that is going to play out, right? I'm going to let you hear the soundtrack for this. Oh shit! Sorry about that, guys. I'll open up in this so it doesn't. So this is the bit where like uh, Eva's got the gun to their heads and she's making their demands and whatever. Sorry guys, I have to jump off now. I'm gonna get my son. Apologies. I'll jump on and share this with you guys later. I do have to go off. That's my son awake. Yeah.